Right, and everyone, welcome back to West Swans Walk. Coming up, we've got game talk. We're going to talk about Matos and a specific player from this week's game. A tasty derby against Bristol City. Very tasty on and off the pitch. Second of all, are we falling out with love of football? Championship, Premier League, Champions League, whatever, just in general. And favourite promotion team away date from League One, who's going to come up next year. And then last but not least, who gets in the art for what makes Swansea City great? Right, and gents. So the first time in a while we've got a full house. How is everyone? How do we enjoy our weekend?
Things are fine. Can't argue when you're winning.
No, not at all.
You know, these podcasts have really taken a dip since we've actually started.
I can't hear Reese.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you. It's fine.
I can hear you, so.
Carry on.
Oh, right. Okay. Technical difficulties. Right. I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah. He'll be back in and out. Yeah, podcasts have been pretty boring recently. When we're winning.
Well, James is back now for a bit more.
We
kind of it's all been a bit too nice. We found,
Me and Rich spoke last week. Like last week, we really needed a James rant, but we didn't have one. And this week,
desperate.
We're not getting one.
I am going to rant to you boys, but what I have done is I may have infiltrated the West Brom fandom. So my little facts about our two previous managers. Well, I've now started the West Brom fans off on it. So they are talking about Eric Ramsey drying his tea bags on the radiator and stuff like that. So it seems that the trend is catching on. So I've passed my legacy on, boys. That'll be my footballing legacy.
There we are.
Well, it was a bit of a wild one on the weekend, though, wasn't it, boys?
Yeah.
You see a bit of fighting with Bristol as well. I noticed.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, got a bit tasty outside.
Yeah, it got very
tasty on the pitch as well.
Yeah, they're very tasty. One of the boys in work, I saw him today, and he said he was getting by Vesuvius, walking back to his car. And I thought it was closest down to Rossi's, to be honest. But they stopped outside Vesuvius, a bus of Bristol City fans, and just started piling in. So,
oh my God.
Stones are being thrown each way and all that. And this guy in work's only about 5'3", and he's glasses, from Trailer Park Boys. He looks like him. And, he's a great guy, but he looks like him. And he said, yeah, I had one by the neck and all that, and I was just decking him. And I was like, how? You'd be looking up at him. But he said, yeah, it was just crazy, just mental. It was just really... I haven't seen something like that in a while.
No. Very strange day, but, it's great that we got a result, though. Fabulous. I think that's what got him a bit riled, because we haven't had the better of Bristol for a while, have we? It's been a couple of years now.
Since Piero scored away at their place.
Yeah. I mean, night and day compared to what we saw at Ashton Gate a few months ago as well. So, yeah, it just really shows how far we've come as well, because they absolutely dismantled us last time. So to see us sort of, business-like performance was good. It shows progress.
Yeah,
I thought we fought really well. It was just that kind of like this different side of us. We've got this mentality change of, everybody's really up for it. Even, the goal itself, the ball was whipped in the box. You see someone like it was Owen, wasn't it? Who leapt up. I didn't know he had it in him, to be honest. I got to say, beat the centre half, nodded it down, and then fantastic goal. But it's just that mentality summed up the game.
It's an interesting one for me, though, because I think facing them on Saturday, it's the first time we faced a team that tries to play the same way as us. So you had two teams that are pressing, counter-pressing each other. It was really quite frantic. But again, it just shows how far we've come, because I think they barely had to beat a sweat and then when we played them up there. But, they knew they were in a game with us this Saturday, which is, really, really encouraging to see.
Yeah.
And we've beaten someone in the top 10 as well for once.
Yeah.
And like Don Goodman keeps saying that, you're beating him in top 10.
Yeah, we have Don.
No, I agree. It just shows what I want to highlight what Matos has done. As we all know, he's absolutely just changed his team around in just a couple of months. As you saying, against last time we were in Ashton Gate, just got absolutely dismantled. This time we held our own. I know it was a scrappy goal, Vipotnik's goal. It wasn't the best goal ever, but these are the games that could eventually get you in the top half and get you promoted.
Finish was excellent, though, wasn't it?
It was fantastic.
I think that's a difference, really, isn't it? At the moment, is we're finishing off chances like that with Vipotnik, and they probably would say they should have won the game. They had the better chances. They hit the woodwork twice. Figueroa, I tell you what, we keep forgetting how good he is because he literally does it every game. He makes two saves look really easy. They weren't, and he just kind of kept another clean sheet. I honestly think, where would we be? They say without Vipotnik, where would we be without Figueroa?
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah, he's fantastic again.
Yeah, I watched the highlights back just to refresh the memory just before this, and the saves he pulls, he doesn't break a sweat. He really does not break a sweat every save he does. It's just so calm, like, yeah, it's fine, I've got this. And I think we all forget how privileged we are to have a reliant goalkeeper between the sticks, because not every team has it.
I don't think other clubs as well, they don't value him like we do as well. I think no one's really picked up on the fact that he is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does fly under the radar.
Yeah, keep it that way.
Keep it that way. Keep it that way.
Well, I'll save that story for next season then, shall I, Buzz?
Vipotnik crap while we're at it, lads.
Yeah,
absolutely rubbish.
You could write an article, Rich, how he puts butter all over his gloves, drops everything, doesn't command his penalty area. So if anyone's out there wants to buy him, he's not worth it. Don't buy him. Don't buy him.
Not worth it.
And like feet.
So regarding that, then, pretty positive result. I want to ask each and every one of you, who's your man of the match from that game?
I start in. For me, unsung hero, and he's been well slated from everybody. Came in, had a hard job to do. Jay Fulton, Stamlich left a 2-match ban there, left a big hole. Not a lot of people really rate him, but the manager does. So he's come in, and I think he's really done a good job there.
I could add to that because I didn't see the full game. I've seen the highlights, but I've read reports of his performance. But not just on the game, but I was one of those people who didn't rate Fulton very highly. Certainly not as a first team 11 before this season. He's like a new signing under Matos. Completely different player. He's been so reliable. He's been a bit more pragmatic. He looks like a complete midfielder. He didn't look like a couple of seasons ago. I think he's completely transformed into probably the backbone of the team now, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, I probably go Figueroa for me in that one. The saves that he made, that we did limit their chances, but he did have a couple of saves to make. And again, like you said, he just makes them look so easy. And again, just having that assurance at the back that if they do get in behind us, there's a very, very good chance that Viggs is going to make a save. I was going to go with Ohm as well because I thought to get up for that header, like you said, Rich, we wouldn't have seen that from him 3 or 4 months ago. He's become a completely different player. Looks far more up to it now as well. So I'll go with Figueroa because those saves, they keep the result as a win for us.
Yeah, I agree. Figueroa just pulling off saves left, right and centre. Standard, calm between the sticks, reliable. You don't have to even worry shots going towards you. An underrated player for the match. And then we'll move on to the next topic. Underrated player for the match. I'm going to start off Yalkuye. Just absolutely bossed. I think he doesn't get the praise he deserves half the time, but I think he's just great on the ball.
I read a lot about Cabango being solid as well and deserved to be praised a bit more. So like I said, I didn't see the full 90 because I was on a flight, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, Cabango deserved a bit more praise as well.
It's really difficult, really, to single out more players, but it's a good team effort, such, I think everybody's come together, working the same way. And you look at the 11 now and you think you can see the way they want to position, the way they're going to work as a unit, rather than before it seemed a bit disjointed. We get caught on a counter, similar sort of goals, similar sort of positions. You wouldn't learn from it. Now you think, okay, a team score against us, they scoring goals from they've had to work to get. Okay, we had the set piece scenario last week, but it was in general we've improved so much now. I think it's just the team and how hard they're working. So I wouldn't want to single out anybody. Yeah,
I think I agree. Most of you guys are saying that about Cabango again. Like it didn't have too much to do, but when he did do it, just does it really well. Just sort of flying under the radar again. He's sort of been like that for a couple of years now. But again, it's just deals with things. With him, he's 9 times out of 10, if something comes his way, he's going to deal with it. A little bit awkward on the ball sometimes, but his forte is just old-fashioned defending. And he's been really good since Matos has come in as well.
Can't score for toffee with a header though.
No. However, he can score worldies against a certain team from 40 miles away. That he does do.
We'll get on to them in a minute now. Next then, what are you three falling out of love with football? But that question is very broad. Like, do you see a lot of fans just absolutely falling out of love with it, transition to other sports, just feeling hopeless with their team or etc. Or are you the complete opposite? You falling in love with it even more as time goes on?
I think football in general, if you're speaking generally, it's I think it was better in the early noughties. I think there was better rivalries, there was better action on the pitch. I think a lot of players have had skill coached out of them now. You could blame the pep ball, but don't see a lot of flair in the game anymore. But overall, I still love the game. I watch every game on TV. Swansea, if you're related to Swansea, I think it has to be dependent on how you're playing on the pitch, right? I felt us under that PE teacher we had. Now under Matos, I'm in love with him again and the team, and it's all fickle, isn't it? Depends on how your team's doing, right? But overall, I still love the game. Completely opposite to rugby, which I have completely fallen out of love with.
Yeah. Yeah, with football, you wake up on a Saturday morning straight away and you think it's football day. You look to do your whole day is football. It starts. I can't wait. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to watch the team. Come back. You think, oh, what's the other games that are on? It's the whole weekend. Then Sunday, got matches on the TV. How can any football fan really fall out with love? I can see you can maybe have a little bit too much with certain competitions, maybe like the Europa Leagues and stuff like that. Not the Europa League, the one below it. But if you got mindless games that are just a bit too one-sided, perhaps. But I don't know. You watch your team, you want to watch them all the time. I'd rather have games every day, like if I could.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, with the Swans, I always look forward to going to watch the Swans. Going down there on the Saturday or going to away games. I don't think I'll ever stop loving that. I don't watch as much as I used to. I'll be honest with you. Premier League's become very sanitised. VAR sucking the life out of goal celebrations. A goal goes in, you used to celebrate it. You'd be 3 rows in front on your head. Like now, you're looking at that screen waiting to see if the goal's been allowed. You've got teams now. There's a certain team from North London who are turning into Stoke from 2010, taking a minute and a half to take throw-ins to put their entire team in the box. I don't like that stuff. It's football. Yeah. So there's little things creeping in now that make me go, you know what? I don't want to watch that. I think Hugh, when it hit the nail on the head, like from 2006 to 2016 was probably the best time. I think that was probably one of the best times. It was so wild at that point. You had so many upsets. I think it has become sanitized and predictable now, though.
Well, not because we're in the Premier League, though.
I was still enjoying our Premier League football up to 2016. 2016 onwards was, it was enjoyable. We were still there, but it was just survive then, wasn't it? Yeah. It was almost like we do.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I enjoyed getting again in the end because I was looking forward to being able to win a game because we weren't winning any games those last season and a half.
Yeah, no, I agree. Waiting all week for Saturday to come, and football's on, waking up, and you're like, oh, it's a day of football. What games are on? Going down to watch the Swans. It's just that feeling, the buzz you get. I'll never fall out of football. I watch as much as I can, even the Spanish second division or whatever. I'll watch it. I don't care. I even started falling in love with the Welsh League. If you haven't boys on watched any of the Welsh League, go down and watch it. This is a hell of a laugh. But I'm completely in love with football. It's my life. But with that being said, who would you boys love to play as an away day next season? And I'm going to throw a spanner in the works, bar a certain blue club.
Yeah.
Because I know all 3 of you would have said Cardiff City. Every 3 of you would have said Cardiff City. So currently, I can't remember, is it top 3 that go up or just top 2? Top 3, isn't it?
Is it top 2 in playoffs, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 teams, yeah.
Right. So the top 6 then it would be, wouldn't it? So first is Cardiff, unfortunately. Lincoln, Bolton, Stockport, Bradford, and Huddersfield. Currently, it's absolutely honking.
Long trips up north where
all of them, yeah.
Yeah. None of them. I'm more interested in Spurs coming down from the Premier League and playing them away.
Yeah, that'll be one. That'll be one.
I read anywhere near the playoffs because they were a little bit closer as well. Maybe.
I think out of that list there, Bolton for me, just for again, it's like a prime Barclays team, that isn't it? JJ Kocher, even Campo, like Fernando Hierro. So I think I never got to go there either. So
Big Sam.
Wouldn't mind there, Big Sam, the pioneer of football. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going there. Like I said, that'd be a good away day.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, bar obviously Cardiff, I think all of them are honking. I go Bolton. Just for the same reason that James, growing up in that era, like in the late 2000s, Bolton was always there. JJ Kocher is always there. It's just fond memories, you know.
I suppose you got to look at it as well as a couple of those small sides. I don't think they've been in the Championship for a long time, if ever. Like Lincoln, Stockport. It
is quite tight. From 6th to I'd say 10th. There's only about 6 points in it. So I'll just read off the next 4 then. You've got Reading, Stevenage, Wickham and Luton. Doesn't get much better, to be honest, for an away day, but maybe
Reading, because it's just so easy to get to.
Yeah.
It's a boring ground, it's a boring away day, but it's easy to get to. Straight up the M4 for me.
Yeah.
It's nice and easy.
Yeah, Stevenage would be a good one as well. They were a smallish club that have come up through.
Yeah. I would have said Stockport, but I've got a selfish reason that I don't want Stockport to come up because I want us to buy Ethan Pye in the summer. So I don't want them to come up because I want Ethan Pye in a white shirt next year. So
fair enough.
Yeah, good.
No, I would have said Luton if they get into the playoffs somehow. I would have said Luton. I'd love to go back.
Ground soon as well, in a couple of years.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I'd probably say Bolton. Simply Bolton. And right, we'll finish off with what makes Swansea City great. Who gets in at the letter R?
Got it.
And you can't say me, lads. Right?
There's
only two of them. I can think of. But I'll see who does one of the first. Go on, I'll do the other one.
Go on then. I'll do Routledge.
Oh, 3 of them. Yeah.
Oh, I reckon you've got one of the other ones I was going to do, but I'll go Routledge. Mainstay on the wing for prime Barclays era for us. Just dependable, solid player. Scored some absolute worldly, especially that scissor kick he did from outside the box, which went in the corner. Great goal. Character as well around the pitch. Good player.
I'll go with a bit of a cult one, boys, because I don't like going mainstream. I'm going to bend the rules a bit. I'm going to go Roland Lamar just for the chant, about him having a flat in Town Hill near the Spa. So yeah,
we were told off for having first names.
It's Roland Lamar. I am not going to leave a club legend on a technicality.
Boys, what about the main man? Rangel. You got come on. How many games he played? Unsung heroes you're on about earlier on. Rangel, amazing player. He just played every week. He was kind of like 7, 8 out of 10 every week.
Yeah, consistent.
He did a lot around Swansea as well for the homeless and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the reason I didn't say him was because I thought you were going to say him. That's why I went for Routledge. But also he's been
there we are.
Kids football leagues recently as well, and he apparently been fighting his pair on the pitch.
Mine's boring compared to that. I'm going to go Connor Roberts. Just because of how funny he is, just how hilarious, absolutely hilarious with the Welsh squad, etc. Absolutely hilarious. Love it. Absolutely hilarious.
One wild outward shot from the 90s, Richie Appleby.
And Roger Freestone.
Yeah. Well, I did him for F. But yeah, Richie.
Sam Ricketts as well, boys.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Sam Ricketts is another one as well.
Playoff semi-final against Brentford.
First ever left back I seen that was half decent for the Swans when I grew up. We never had a good left back for years, and he was the first one that came out. Bloody hell, it's actually left backs that can play for the Swans. Hard work.
I'm quite shocked. None of you have said the best player on the pitch on Saturday? Ronald.
Oh,
No,
are we going to have this debate now?
That's all I've seen all week. Is just how, like, what does he do?
be kind, boys. Be kind.
It's like,
Always be
for
kind.
me,
But
he does get pelters, but like, I can see why like he's getting targeted by our fans. But like I said, some of the stuff's unjustified. Like I said, he does work hard. I'll defend him, mate. Does work hard, but his output, it's not great, is it?
yeah,
I still think he got potential. Silence.
I'm stuck because like part of me really wants it to do well because I do like him, but also how many managers now is it? Williams, Sheehan, and Vitor have come in, and we've not really seen any uplift on it. Now you could say is it the system doesn't suit them? Like I said, he's got bags of energy, but it's his decision making for me. Like I said, his decision making, like, and again, this is not me being too harsh. I just think he makes the wrong decision a lot of the time. That doesn't help him. You know, that's not a technical issue. That's, you know, whether you've got a footballing head on, like, you know. But yeah, like I said, I don't want him to fail. I'd like to see him do well.
yeah.
He did start well enough this season, though, didn't he? He had a couple of goals. He looked as if he was sort of changed his ways a bit, and
It just always seems like he's always thinking about 2 steps ahead.
Mm.
But
yeah,
he's only like 1 step ahead with his feet. So he gets caught up in what to do, and he always picks the wrong decision. But I have a strange feeling he'll kick on next season. Matos will just like over the summer he'll be
take
fine.
the Premier League by storm.
Aye. Well, we leave it on that note because we'll be Premier League bound next year, 100%. Only 6 points off, boys. Remember that.
Of course.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you, gents, for tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on the game, and we'll all see you next week. Thank you, lads.
Cheers.